Hi, my name is John Brink.
Hi, my name is Shayna Acharian.
Hi, my name is Sean McDonald.
Hi, my name is Kavika Dela Cruz.
Hi, my name is Wilson Chow.
Hi, my name is Nikolai Barden Siakewicz.
My name is Janice Bautista.
And my name's Adrian, and we're the House of the Rising Sun.
House of the Rising Sun is a group part of a program called Upward Bound. Upward Bound is a federally funded state program in the United States for high school students from low-income backgrounds, first-generation college students and their family, or both. Every year, Upward Bound holds a 6-week summer program which allows students to go through college-like experiences. Within this program, students are tasked to define a problem and solution, to create a project, and work on it over the course of the 6 weeks. This year, select students from Trio Upward Bound Maui and Trio Upward Bound Alaska were able to experience their summer program in Fairbanks, Alaska, within various places in Maui, most notably Camp Kenai.
House of the Rising Sun is made up of students in Maui and rural parts of Alaska, such as Wrangell, Chivak, and Bethel. One common characteristic between us is that we are all part of microgrid communities. Microgrids are small-scale power grids that can operate independently, and within our microgrid communities, there are many different struggles that we face that this summer program will allow us to help with.
We first met with our community partners Dane Broderson from the Alaska Center for Energy and Power and Kevin Davies from the Hawaii Natural Energy Institute. They informed us about additional problems related to the energy within our microgrid communities from their personal experiences. To better acknowledge these various concepts that Mr. Broderson and Mr. Davies introduced, we met up with different experts in the field of energy. We met up with filmmaker and expert in the field and Colleen Fisk with the Renewable Energy Alaska Project. Both delivered informative presentations on the different ways to measure electricity, terms used in the field, and their own experiences working in the field. To learn more about how a power plant works, Kurt Nitter, the manager of the UAF Co-Power Plant, led us on a tour of the facility. Lastly, to learn about the full process of running a microgrid, we looked to David Light, who led us on a tour of the Energy Technology Facility, which is a facility that runs full-scale electrical simulations of microgrids.
As a group, we identified issues voiced by our community partners and various experts in the field. We found common problems that were mentioned, such as cost, consumption, instability, and the large use of non-renewable sources for energy. Ideally, energy would be affordable, reliable, and sustainable.
As we all collaborated, we came up with different problems and solutions that we would constantly revise as the time continued and different factors came into play. In the end, our defined problem is how might we optimize energy consumption within our microgrid communities without forcing our residents to compromise their daily lives. And our defined solution is to develop an app that can monitor the load of your microgrid community and home. People can utilize this app to adjust their home's energy consumption for personal needs and alter their power usage remotely in the event of an imminent blackout.
In order to convey how we could optimize energy consumption in these microgrid communities, we have created an app prototype for a home automation tool called the Watts app. This piece of software manages energy consumption in response to grid load or manual user input by enabling or disabling devices and appliances using smart outlets and breakers. The software could run on any smart device hub that could be supported to control smart outlets and breakers, such as Raspberry Pi, Smart Home Assistant, or other smart hub system. This device would receive and react to blackout warnings from the utility, record energy usage information from the user's home, and automatically manage the power usage of devices according to preset schedules or grid needs. The app and the Smart Hub will communicate with each other to set rules and schedules for devices and to display data about the home's energy usage.
Upon first clicking the app, users are met with the app's homepage or My Feed. This page includes a basic summary and update on the user's power usage.
On the bottom of the screen, from the left to the right, there's a house icon, which represents the Home My Feed page, an outlet icon that represents the My Devices tab, and a bell icon which represents the Alerts tab.
The My Devices tab in the app holds a menu of the user's appliances and devices that are connected to smart outlets and breakers. This menu allows the user to turn each of the appliances on and off when they desire, make schedules or rules for when their devices should use power, and set a priority list of their devices and appliances. Devices highest on the priority list will be the least likely to shut off in the event of an imminent blackout or brownout. Users are able to see the usage of their devices and appliances on an individual basis. The alerts displays different notifications for events regarding an individual's home and community's grid. Each type of notification has different colored texts which reflect the sentiment or urgency of the message.
Red represents emergency alerts, and green signifies devices turning on and monetary rewards. These notifications will show the time, date, and location where the event occurred.
On the top left corner of the app, there are 3 lines. It will show a drop-down menu with the different pages of the app.
The My Usage page is where a user can analyze their home's energy consumption on a per-device basis. They can view a line graph of their home and device's power usage over time, see the total wattage of the user's power draw, and compare the user's current usage to a baseline created from previous data so that they can see positive or negative trends in their energy consumption. The Statistics page visualizes data on the grid's electrical load and generation mix, allowing the user to analyze the state of their community's electrical production in order to make consumption choices.
This is our physical prototype of the microgrid that our WhatsApp is going to be helping stabilize. This is the microgrid here. We have the house, we have the utility building, and the hospital. The hospital cannot go off under any circumstances. I'll hand it off to Wilson to explain more about the house.
So here we have our neighborhood community, right? And this is our main house here. And connected to that main house, we have our appliances, which is represented by this lamp. And this lamp represents things such as refrigeration, lights in a bedroom that can be manually turned off, like that. And what's even great is it can also be wirelessly turned off using our WhatsApp. So I'm gonna pass it on to Nikolai to talk more about how this system works.
Okay, so I am the utility, and I'm going to send Wilson a blackout warning. His community, represented by that house, is using too much power, and the utility plant here cannot keep up. So I'm going to send you a blackout warning.
All right, great. I just received it on my WhatsApp. So now I'm going to wirelessly turn off, for example, this tanning booth that I'm using as a representation of this lamp.
And now, as you can see, the unnecessary appliances come off, and your necessary appliances, like the Wi-Fi and or life support systems inside your own home, do not come off. So in this scenario, I'm the utility, and my job is to keep critical infrastructure, like this hospital, online. Now, Wilson's community, represented by this house, and all the other communities in total are using more power than I can provide. So I'm going to have to make the hard choice of shutting down these communities to keep critical infrastructure, like this hospital, online. I'll now hand it over to Wilson to talk about how this rolling blackout affects him and his community.
Well, as you see, most of our necessary appliances are now shut off, like our Wi-Fi. So meaning, as a Gen Z student, I don't have any Wi-Fi. And from personal experiences, that's very painful. So pretty much everything in the community is turned off, including our necessary appliances and our unnecessary appliances. So what's so great about this app is we want to create a network of system where we want to introduce and have the community be more a part of it, because it could prevent a lot of these things from happening. From the feedback we received after our midterm presentation, we realized that our solution may face challenges such as cooperation from utility services, user education, and cybersecurity. This feedback highlighted the areas in which additional attention must be paid to ensure an effective implementation of this solution, as well as ways in which our solution and prototypes could be improved.
As we traveled to KNI, we weren't able to work on improving our project to overcome these specific challenges, as we had minimal access to the technology needed. We took these challenges presented to us and decided we would love to come together after this program to conclude our project to a place we are happy with. Our next steps as we go forward are to test and survey our community's likelihood of using the app and to create a more advanced prototype which could possibly use real smart hubs, plugs, and breakers, as well as more accurately simulate input from the utility provider. However, our project cannot only thrive under our group's hands. Another big step as our project moves forward is to have it implemented on a larger scale. This could be done by having utility companies implement this technology or through government incentives and participation. As we move forward in life, we take the lessons that we learn to apply them to future ones. We are constantly learning and growing, and as we work on our project further, we are excited to develop it to the amazing potential it has. We thank our advisor, George Reising, and the Trio Upward Bound program for bringing us together and helping us on this journey. Thank you for your time and attention. Mahalo and Kuyana, take care.